Get personalized support. Call the Wisconsin Tobacco Quit line at 1-800-QUIT-NOW.
It was a constant pain. It did not go away. It was constant. I said to my husband, we are making a phone call and going. That was the first treatment that I had with laser, and it's just so wonderful. I just relaxed. I feel I should have went sooner, and I didn't, but my knees are pain-free. It's just wonderful.
Just because chronic pain is common doesn't mean you have to live with it.
Call 844-200-PAIN to schedule your no-cost consultation.
Straight ahead, the governor talks childcare in Rhinelander. Plus, he weighs in on the road closures in Lac du Flambeau.
Plus, a record year for exports in Wisconsin. We'll hear why Wisconsin dairy is dominating.
And the two state Supreme Court candidates are set to face off in a debate. We'll have the details as your local news starts right now.
News Watch 12 with Dan Hagan, Jessica Jukic, and Jeff Weller.
Good evening and welcome to News Watch 12 at 5. I'm Dan Hagan.
And I'm Jessica Jukic. Governor Tony Evers visited Rhinelander today to highlight his investments in child care and out-of-school programming for working families.
He also wants to add more funding for child care programs in the next budget, which state Republicans would have to agree with. News Watch 12's Mohammed Abdul-Kawi went to a Rhinelander daycare earlier today to learn more. Mohammed?
Well, Dan and Jessica, Tiny Tykes Daycare has been in Rhinelander for 10 years. Because of the child care program through Governor Evers, they received more than $33,000. There are currently 6 kids enrolled in daycare with a max capacity of 8. The demand is currently high with 25 infants on the waiting list. Governor Evers says daycares are important for a child's development.
We've seen all sorts of large child care places, and this is 8 kids, and doing great things for those 8 kids, giving them a chance to interact with each other, but also giving the folks a chance to work if they want.
The daycare's mission is to aim to develop the children's social skills, emotional growth, and physical coordination. It is difficult for many young families to find childcare in the Northwoods.
Rural areas need childcare as much as any other place in the state. So yes, we need to support them in small places like this, larger places. But if people want to work, they have to feel comfortable that their kids are taken care of, and this is a good example of that.
The owner of the daycare told me that the plan is to expand into a bigger building in the future. Governor Evers is also proposing more than $22 million for the Partner Up grant program, which pairs up businesses with child care centers to reserve slots for working families and offsets some of the costs child care centers face. Reporting live in the studio, Mohammed Abdul-Kawi, News Watch 12.
Thanks, Mohammed. We also heard from Governor Evers about the road blockades in Lac du Flambeau right now. Around 40 landowners are suing Lac du Flambeau tribal leaders to reopen 4 roads that have been blocked by barricades for a month. The closures came after failed negotiations over right-of-way easements that expired in 2010. Last month, Governor Evers met with LDF Tribal President John Johnson and the Tribal Council. Evers said he remains hopeful that all parties will reach a meaningful resolution from this dispute. He said today that the Bureau of Indian Affairs needs to do their job.
At the end of the day, they need to do their job. The BIA needs to do their job. And the only way we're going to solve this is to have everybody come together. So I'm hopeful that that will happen.
There are 19 residents behind the barricades that live there year-round. The tribe has said it wants $20 million from the town and title companies to secure an agreement. A beautiful day out there if you like snow, of course.
Chief Meteorologist Jeff Weller joins us now with the first look at the forecast. Jeff?
Yeah, hey guys, the light snow and flurries out there now will wind down tonight. 5.6 inches of snow fell here in Rhinelander today, but overall the roads are in really good shape, sidewalks as well. It's the back roads that still have some ice on them. It'll be slippery tonight because we'll have low temperatures down below freezing. Okay, so out there right now, there's still some snow flying under the radar, but the bulk of the heavy stuff is going that way, and we are in a drying out mode for us tonight and throughout the day tomorrow and for Wednesday before our next weather system gets in here later on Thursday. Visibility, though, is still down a bit here in Rhinelander and points east, Iron Mountain at 0.75. So this is where the heavy snow is. Again, going that way. Our weather's coming from this way tonight, and we are in a good shape this evening, albeit with decreasing clouds tonight. Everything wet or slushy is going to refreeze and be slippery again by tomorrow morning. Temperature-wise, right now, we're slightly above freezing here in Rhinelander, 33 in Merrill as well, 35 for Wausau. So we're going to melt some snow, especially across the area tomorrow, with high temperatures back up near 40. So our forecast ends tonight, though, we're talking about decreasing clouds late, flurries ending, but a bit cool, with low temperatures down near 17. Your full forecast is coming up. Dan?
Thanks, Jeff. Wisconsin agricultural and forestry producers set a new record high for exports last year, topping the previous record set in 2021. U.S. Census trade data shows food, forestry, and agricultural exports totaled $4.2 billion in 2022. That's up 7% from the previous year. Dairy product exports saw the largest growth, coming in at 32% higher at a total of $617 million. Economists believe much of the export growth came from record high milk prices in 2022 rather than more products being sold. The U.S. only saw a small amount of growth in milk production last year, but competitors like the European Union, New Zealand, and Australia all saw production declines.
The number of child labor complaints are growing across the country, including right here in Wisconsin. The federal government is currently investigating more than 600 cases of possible child labor exploitation. In the last fiscal year alone, the Department of Labor identified 835 companies operating in violation of child labor laws affecting 3,800 children. Violations vary from kids working more hours than what's legally allowed to working with prohibited equipment or working in industries that they shouldn't be. Last year, Wisconsin's Labor Department received 86 complaints. From those complaints, financial penalties have been paid or imposed in 13 violations, 9 were dismissed, and 64 remain under investigation. Wisconsin is averaging around 99 violations per year since 2018.
Paul Bunyan's in Minocqua is more than just a restaurant. It's been a landmark in the community since 1961. But for a fourth straight summer, Paul Bunyan's will be closed. That's according to the other Paul Bunyan's location down in Wisconsin Dells. That restaurant posted on Facebook saying the Dells location will not be open for lunches and dinners this season, and that the Minocqua location won't be open at all. They did not provide a reason why. The two Paul Bunyan's are operated separately.
The two Wisconsin Supreme Court candidates have agreed to a televised debate before the April election. Liberal Judge Janet Protasiewicz and conservative Dan Kelly will debate in Madison on March 21st. The debate will be televised on WISC TV and WISPolitics.com. Judge Protasiewicz also agreed to one candidate forum hosted by several groups on March 28th. Kelly's campaign did not respond if they would attend that forum, but Kelly has agreed to appear at more than 10 events before the election. The Northwoods has a rich history of water skiing, and at least one top team is staying busy this winter.
Plus, a local school district is making mental health a priority every Monday. We'll have those stories after Weather with Jeff, right here on Newswatch 12.
The Rhinelander Pub is now open Monday to Saturday. Come enjoy our newly expanded lunch and dinner menu featuring longtime pub favorites and new entree additions. You will love our all-you-can-eat soup and salad bar and Friday seafood buffet.
I'm with Paul Delahunt, president of Renewal by Anderson. So, Paul, how do you know your Fiberx window is going to hold up over time?
Well, Dean, is the full-service replacement division of Anderson, longevity's in our DNA. But last year, we conducted a long-term durability study. After 2 decades, our windows were as easy to open and close as the day they were installed.
If you're looking for a replacement window solution that's going to last, look no further than Renewal by Anderson.
Call now to schedule your free in-home consultation and take advantage of this limited-time offer. Renewal by Anderson, the better way to a better window.
Dan Kelly won't keep our community safe. As a lawyer, Kelly defended child sex predators who posed as ministers in order to prey on vulnerable young girls. They lured young children to locations they believed to be safe, only to sexually assault and molest them. And Dan Kelly defended those monsters. Do you want someone like that on the Supreme Court? Dan Kelly, an extremist who doesn't care about us.
Built for tough. It's a commitment to providing you the capability, productivity, and the technology that you expect from Ford F-Series. The best-selling trucks for 46 years straight. And now during Ford Truck Month, find out what a built Ford Tough truck can do for you. This is Ford Truck Month, America.
Don't lose sleep by choosing a mattress from just any store. Instead, visit the experts at your one-stop sleep shop. Hi, I'm Kristen from Sleep Central. We're the only store in the Northwoods to carry all of the name brands, like Beautyrest, Sealy, Tempur-Pedic, Stearns & Foster, and Serta, and all are ready for immediate delivery. We guarantee you'll find the perfect mattress at the perfect price. We also have a huge selection of bedding, futons, and accessories. We know how important sleep is, so stop on by and sleep better today. Sleep Central in Minocqua. Better sleep, pain-free, that's our promise.
Rhinelander Pub is open for lunch. Our full menu featuring our all-you-can-eat soup and salad bar is now available for lunch. Ideal for business lunches or get-togethers with family or friends. We open daily at 11 a.m. We welcome reservations.
This is the week we spring forward. I know on Sunday we do that, but you know, spring forward, you think of spring, warmer temperatures. That may not be happening. In fact, look at the long-range outlook now for much of March. Keeps the Great Lakes, the Midwest, the South, and the West below average in temperatures. So if you wanted a big warm-up, it's just not going to come anytime soon, although it will get here eventually. Not the next 2 or 3 weeks around here, though. All right, for us today, though, temperature-wise, we're at 33 here in Rhinelander, 33 also for Merrill, 34 for Mosinee, 31 back below freezing Leona. So whatever is wet and slushy out there now is definitely going to refreeze tonight and be slippery tomorrow, which is a lot of untreated sidewalks. So be careful out and about this evening tomorrow. But look what's happening, right? So across the Midwest, a battle of a couple seasons. So here's winter in the plains today, in the Dakotas, single-digit high temperatures, a very deep snowpack there. Meanwhile, across parts of Illinois, Peoria, you're at 52 right now. So the battle between spring and winter is ongoing across parts of Wisconsin now with a storm system, a really little one, though, across our neck of the woods that brought snow to the region today. So a band of snow came by last night and early parts of this morning. That gave us 3, 4, 5 inches. But then throughout the day today, a persistent band of snow across north central Wisconsin gave us another 1 to 2 or even 3 inches of snow. And that's still ongoing. Although the heaviest snow is pushing this way, we are beginning to get into a drying out mode now. We're done with that stuff for a bit. For the next snow gets in here later on really on Thursday. But, you know, our albedo is kind of high. The sun's angle is increasing. So we're melting the snow as it hits sidewalks and road surfaces that are dark that retain that heat. In fact, out there now, here we are in Rhinelander, of course, but the roads are just fine currently. But we're going to lose daylight here about 5:40 tonight, and that's going to make things go down below freezing again, and that's going to make for some slippery spots across the region tonight into tomorrow. Okay, so going forward, though, so here is our top 4 March heaviest snowfalls on record, right? 17 inches at the top, 15, 12, 11. You're like, well, why is he showing us that? Well, there is a system to the west of us, over here to the west. It's just now getting to get its act together. That's going to be in our backyards pretty much Thursday into Friday, more so later Thursday and Friday. And there's a couple computer models that want to give us a pretty good snowfall late Thursday and throughout the day on Friday. Are we going to break a record? Probably not. But a slow duration, slow event on the way for us for snowfall could begin to add up. Like here it is now. I've been reading for weeks now, of course, across the west. Storm after storm after storm there. They're having all sorts of issues with snowfall. But here's this guy. There it is there. It's going to kind of gain strength and come across the Midwest Wednesday into Thursday. This model doesn't have it very strong, but a couple other ones do. And then that's going to get out of here on Friday, and behind it another one. So we're in a very kind of progressive pattern right now. But there are, again, a couple signs now pointing toward that one on Friday could bring us at least several inches of snow. So our forecast ends right there. We're talking about light snow and flurries out there ending. They're mostly across north central Wisconsin now. But as road temperatures go back below freezing tonight, that will begin to stick just a bit with those low temperatures down near 17 and a north breeze around 5 to 10. For tomorrow, it's Tuesday, partly cloudy skies. So again, you're going to feel that sunshine tomorrow with high temperatures up near 40. It's going to feel like spring with a light northeast breeze around 5 miles per hour. And then looking ahead, your 7-day forecast by Northwest Furniture and Metro shows tomorrow a very nice day. Same thing for us on Wednesday. And really most of Thursday looks quiet as well. But then Thursday night into Friday, here comes that next system. That could be all snow with temperatures below freezing on Friday. That snow could be locally heavy. And if it slows down a bit, that snow will linger into Saturday as well. And of course, our clocks go forward 1 hour on Sunday morning with temperatures next week hanging out in the 20s. Dan?
2 people were killed late Sunday when a small plane crashed in Florida. The plane went down near the Palm Beach County Park Airport in Lantana. The aircraft caught fire after it crashed about 1,000 feet from a runway. Emergency crews responded quickly and got the flames under control, but both victims were pronounced dead at the scene. The cause of the crash is under investigation.
Local high school students are improving their community by spreading positive messages. Raise Your Voice is a statewide program centered around mental health awareness, and students in Merrill have their own chapter. Every Monday, the Merrill area public schools promote some type of positive mental health messages through announcements, stickers, and posters. Students in the Raise Your Voice Club are taking this a step further. The first Monday of every month, club members visit Merrill elementary and middle school students to bring them a positive message.
It's mental health awareness throughout our community, and I mean, that starts at a lower level always. We're not necessarily here to tell them about their mental health, but it never hurts to give them like a positive way to start their day.
The campaign has messages like be kind and grow through what you go through. Heather Soberg is a principal at Kate Goodrich Elementary and has noticed the effect.
It really starts that week on a positive note. The kids are talking about the stickers they got, or they're writing with the pencil, and it's just that little dose of a reminder every month just to keep their spirits high.
This is the first year for the Mental Health Monday campaign, but they hope it will continue to raise awareness and positivity. Water skiing may not be front of mind this time of year, but one club is already preparing for its upcoming season.
The Quahaumet Water Ski Club will be starting shows on Memorial Day weekend and keep them going through the summer. But this time of the year, they have to train for their physically demanding routines. Newswatch 12's Matt Weaver spoke with the club and joins us live in the studio with more. Matt?
Well, Dan and Jessica, just because it's the off season doesn't mean the Quahaumet water skiers aren't hard at work. In fact, they recently trained at Chula Vista Resort in Wisconsin Dells this past weekend, which welcomed 470 members.
There really is no off season.
Before the Quahaumet Ski Club is show ready come May, there's more than simply getting equipment ready.
For the 9 months that we're not on the water, there's a lot of work that gets done every month.
Boat driver Keith Hansey and his skiers attended a national off-season training conference called Think Tank in the Dells.
Every ski show, they want to grow the sport, so they want to see other shows do better.
Unlike other sports where competitors like to keep their cards close to the vest, ski clubs of different levels share tips and tricks with one another.
It's kind of like getting all NFL teams together and asking them how they do stuff, and they're forthcoming with all the information.
Clubs hear from USA Water Ski officials and judges for upcoming competitions this year while training with one another.
They're coming up with all these new acts and talking about it, and then you can bring that back to your team and say, hey, we could try this. Let's try this act or implement this procedure, or how other shows do stuff. Let's try and adapt that to our show.
Clubs are informed of the latest rule changes, and coaching sessions make their acts better.
Climbing on the water behind a boat is still different than doing it on land. But if you have that confidence in knowing where to put your hand, where to put your foot, where to step, where to lean back, and learning with these people there, they give you all those little tricks.
Season may still be 2 months away, but
in doing all this work ahead of time before the season starts, it'll make the season easier too.
In the Northwoods, Matt Weaver, Newswatch 12.
Looks like they're training hard. Thank you, Matt. A Green Bay Packers star stopped by Medford today.
Plus, a Rhinelander native is one win away from his dream of playing in the NCAA tournament. Serenity Douglas will break it all down for us when we come back.
Been daydreaming of campfires or time on the water? Start your summer plans by joining Schroeder's RV and Marine at their 28th annual open house, March 31st, April 1st, and 2nd. They have over 300 boats and campers available. Shop the best deals on the best brands at the biggest RV and Marine dealer in the Northwoods. Join us at Schroeder's RV and Marine for the 28th annual open house, March 31st, April 1st, and 2nd. See you there.
Northwoods Firearms in Crandon. We sell anything freedom. Firearms, ammunition, parts, and accessories. We buy, sell, and trade all types of firearms. We specialize in custom-built rifles and fully equipped setup hunting rifles. Silencer shop power dealer with kiosk. Factory trained and certified Cerakote applicator. We handle all types of firearms transfers as well as NFA weapon deals. Our focus is on you and delivering one-of-a-kind products. Embrace your freedom at Northwoods Firearms in Crandon.
Sue right, Jake middle, me on the left. Yeah, I knew I'd win.
Are you saying
What's
something?
really happening over there?
I think you're on mute.
There's no substitute for real gaming fun. Go where fun lives. Ho Chung Gaming Wittenberg.
Us. This isn't us. Is it? When did we get so connected to our devices and so disconnected from each other? And when our phones have turned us into this? LT, what do you do when you're a company that sells them?
We gotta fix this.
It's time to find what we're missing. Join us in taking a break from our devices. Take the phones down for 5 challenge for 5 days, 5 hours, or even just 5 minutes. Feels good. And let's find us again. U.S. Cellular. Built for us.
A convicted felon kidnapped and raped a 15-year-old girl, abducting her off the street in broad daylight. Judge Janet Protasewicz could have sentenced him to 20 years. Instead, she put him back on our streets.
What detractors would say is you having been soft on a violent sexual crime.
I would say that that's ridiculous. Judge Protasewicz puts our families at risk, and putting her on our Supreme Court, that's what's ridiculous. Fair Courts America is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Over the weekend, not one team, but 2 teams in our area punched their ticket to Green Bay. What's in Green Bay? The WIAA Girls Basketball State Championship. Menominee was the school between Lakeland Union and State Championships, the same school that beat them last year and prevented them from going to state. But the name of the game is vengeance. The T-Birds took a close win, 60-59. Along with the T-Birds, Leona Wabino took down Edgar and won 53-43 to punch their first ever ticket to these state championships. The championship rounds start for these teams March 10th. Lakeland Union will play Pauke and Leona Wabino will play Blair Taylor. A former Rhinelander basketball star has been tearing it up at the college level. His South Alabama team is 1 win away from the berth into the NCAA tournament. Owen White has led the Jaguars through the Sun Belt Conference tournament so far, upsetting number 1 seed Southern Miss and number 4 seed James Madison, while being named player of the game for both of those wins. White played at Division II Michigan Tech for 4 years after graduating from Rhinelander High School and was given another year of eligibility because of the pandemic. So he went to South Alabama to get an MBA and have a chance to fulfill a lifelong dream, playing in March Madness. And now he's a win away. While his team started 2-7, White said he always knew his team was capable of making a run.
We knew our team was good. I mean, we could see it from the start when we were put together that, in practice, some of the early games we showed sparks where we knew we could be good.
South Bama takes on Louisiana on ESPN2 at 6 p.m. tonight, with the winner heading to the big dance. One school in our area got quite the surprise today in the form of an unexpected visit from a current Packer. Kenny Clark stopped by Medford Area Senior High School today. The Green Bay Packers defensive tackle talked to the students about success and his life in the NFL. Needless to say, the students are sure to remember this assembly for a long time. A Wisconsinite is taking the world of speed skating by storm. This weekend, Kewaskum native Jordan Stolz made history in the Netherlands, becoming the first male skater at the World Championships to take home gold in 3 events. Stolz finished first in the 500, 1,000, and 1,500 meter. Stolz also became the youngest person to win the 500 meter since the World Championships. He also finished the 1,500 meter event around 1/4 a second ahead of the 3-time Olympic champion, Kewalt Nosis. More after the break.
After 35 years in the home improvement industry, I can tell you that when it comes time to replace windows, most people want to use a solution that's going to last. I'm with Paul Delhunt, president of Renewal by Andersen. So, Paul, how do you know your Fiberx composite window is going to hold up over time?
Well, Dean, is the full-service replacement division of Andersen. We've known for a long time that our Fiberx material is 2 times stronger than vinyl and doesn't expand or contract with changes in temperature like vinyl does. But last year, for the first time, we conducted a long-term durability study.
So what did you find out?
Well, the results were excellent. And after 20 years of brutal Minnesota winters and muggy summers, our windows were as easy to open and close as the day they were installed. And our Fiberx material remained incredibly strong with no cracking, peeling, or chipping.
If you're looking for a replacement window solution that's going to last, look no further than Renewal by Andersen.
Call Renewal by Andersen today to schedule your free window diagnosis. Plus, take advantage of this incredible limited time offer. Installation is included. There's never been a better time for you to experience Renewal by Andersen's signature service for yourself. Renewal by Andersen, the better way to a better window.
The local water experts at Culligan can take care of everything but the kitchen sink. Actually, we do that too. Culligan, here for every water worry.
Habush attorneys are the best of what a personal injury attorney is about.
To get the most money for your case, you need to have a law firm that's unrelenting.
We will fight with all that we have in person power, in knowledge, and experience to bring about the result they deserve.
I can't give them their life back how it was, but I can give them the financial compensation to get their life back on track.
Visit Ho Chunk Gaming Nakusa to experience exciting action on the hottest slot machines and electronic table games. With big fun, you get bigger rewards while playing with your Rewards Club card. Enjoy special gaming offers, food and entertainment discounts, and more. Hungry? No problem. Escape to the oasis of Swiftwater Lounge for drinks, food, and fun. We'll see you at Ho Chunk Gaming Nakusa, your place to play.
Dan Kelly won't keep our community safe. As a lawyer, Kelly defended child sex predators who posed as ministers in order to prey on vulnerable young girls. They lured young children to locations they believed to be safe, only to sexually assault and molest them. And Dan Kelly defended those monsters. Do you want someone like that on the Supreme Court? Dan Kelly, an extremist who doesn't care about us.
Jeff, I have never seen bigger smiles when I came into work from Jessica and Serenity. They saw all the snowfall. They love this stuff.
You're being facetious.
Maybe a little bit.
I see it. It's still there. Look at it. They're still smiling. Okay, I get it. It is March. We're used to it by now. We had 75 inches of snow, and there's some more out there today, and probably some more in the forecast for Thursday, but then maybe we'll turn a corner. Who knows? All right, so out there now, a little bit of light snow across parts of eastern Wisconsin, moving toward the east. We're basically done or ending this event. The story now becomes temperatures tonight are getting kind of chilly, so whenever it's kind of wet and slushy is going to freeze tonight and be very slippery early parts of tomorrow morning.
Take it slow out there.
I don't like the freezing. I can do the snow, not the freezing.
You like the ice? Yeah,
no ice. I agree, Jeff. That's all the time we have. We'll see you back here at 6.